Today we are looking at comparing and ordering rational numbers. Please go over to the crate and find the file folder labeled Comparing and Ordering Rational Numbers MPJ. Take out the page and cut out the pieces in order to set up your notebook the way it looks on the screen. Pay attention to the fact that the right-hand side is blank, and there are additional squares you are cutting out for number tiles that we will be using as we do this lesson. Pause the video until you are ready to begin with your notebook. Today we are doing comparing and ordering rational numbers. To compare and order rational numbers, first convert all numbers to the same form, and then put the numbers from least to greatest on the number line. We're going to start with the 0 tile because 0 is the simplest to place on the number line. But first, you might want to turn your book sideways. It's a little bit easier to place the tiles when you're looking at the number line straight across. So the 0 goes directly in the middle. The next tile we are going to place is -3. That is on the left-hand side. Now you're not going to get your tiles right directly on the spot, so please place them and draw an arrow. Then we have 4 and 5/10. Now we said all of them need to be in the same form, so we need to choose either decimals or fractions. Personally, I like decimals because it's easier to place on the number line because the lines are usually split up evenly. However, this number line is split into fractional pieces of 1/2 and 1/4. So if I'm thinking of 4 and 5/10, that's the same as 4 and 1/2. So I'm going to be placing 4 and 1/2 directly in the middle of 4 and 5. The next number we're going to look at is -3 and 1/2. So we would go over to where we place -3, and -3 and 1/2 is halfway between -3 and -4. The next tile we're going to look at is 1 and 7/10. Now if I'm thinking fractions, an easy way for me to think of fractions with this is money. If I think of $1.25 is 1 and 1/4, $1.50 is 1 and 1/2, $1.75 is 1 and 3/4. So that 1 and 7/10 is just slightly less than 1 and 3/4 because 1 and 7/10 is the same as $1.70. So that is going to go just past 1.5, but not quite to the 1 and 3/4. The next tile we're going to place is -4/2. In order to change -4/2 to a decimal or even to a whole number, I'm going to take the numerator and divide it by the denominator. So simply place into the calculator 4 divided by 2. Your answer will be 2, but we can't leave off our negative, so -2. The last number we're going to place is -2 and 5/8. Well, we know this is a negative number, so it's going to be somewhere between -2 and -3. If we think of money, $2.50 would be that 2.5 point. This is just slightly more than that, so it's going to be just a little bit closer to the -2.75 point or -2 3/4. Once you have all of your pieces glued down, go ahead and turn your book back so it's facing upright. Next two questions. Is -6 to the left or right of -1 on the number line? Well, -6 is to the left of -1. But how does this help you know which integer is the greatest? Numbers are greater the farther to the right they are placed on the number line. This means that -1 is greater than -6 because it is farther to the right on the number line.